Hello. I should not be streaming. This is a bet against my better judgment. Tired, totally not focused. Rough day. But here I am. For better or for worse. For richer. No. So let me start with Puzzle Streak. Boring. But let's get it over with and then play a game. The boring. I know it's boring. Nobody. Hello, Master of the Mystic Arts. That's a quick join. But let's just get this over with. Let's get this over with. This is a lifeline. Should be good enough. Do I even need to calculate this? There should be something, right? King H7. And then have knight F8. Hello, Matt Yester. Welcome. First time I've seen you. First time I've seen you here. This should win his rook. Or was that even mate? I don't even know. This is Arabian mate. Was that an Arabian mate or hook mate? That's an Arabian mate. This should win his queen. Oh, maybe not. Am I just taking the pawn here? FIDE ratings, yeah, I dropped quite a bit, unfortunately. I should just win his rook here. This, what does this do? Wins his queen for a rook and a knight, but we'll get back a knight. And this is mate in 2. 1939 FIDE? Jeez. Jeez Louise. Crazy. How old are you again? You're like 14? So I think it's going to be check, and if he goes king a7, then it's mate. It's going to be mate regardless. Here this wins material. Is that enough? Yeah, that's enough. Because I can actually start with a check. This is going to be a mate. Or at least we win the queen. One of the two. The New Year's Open. So there's 2 criteria for me to play in that. You just want my rating. You just want my points. You just want to play me and take my points. How rude is that? Okay, queen c7. No, first I trade rooks and then queen c7. Fork. You do, and you want your revenge. You want to take all my points like all the kids do. Steal all my points. I guess I could take the knight and then queen takes g3. It's highlighting text on my screen. There we go. Fixed it. Okay, we're down the exchange. This is a discovery on the rook. Here we have a discovery on his queen. I just want to get these puzzles over with. Get the warm-up over and done with. Matt Yester. Matt Yester. I have no clue yet. Hello, Amir. Amir Gin. With no vowel in your last name. Is that a last name? Yeah, this one is weird. This one is weird. I don't know. There's... What am I supposed to be looking for here? Maybe just rook f1? It's probably rook f1 because I'm threatening a mate in 3 there. I think it's rook f1. It's initials. Okay. Ooh, this is interesting. White to move. Why can I not just take the rook? Weird. Weird puzzle. Knight takes e4. It's looking good. There's no checks or anything. And then I'm going to take the bishop. Okay. There's a fork here. Is it as simple as that? I think it might be. Looks good to me. Kind of a dumb puzzle. Kind of a dumb puzzle. And there should be something, but there's not. So, oh, it's a lovely hook mate. Look at that. It's beautiful. Ooh. Beautiful geometry there. We are white. So I can just take and then check. And then I'm up 2 pawns. Yeah, if he blocked with the rook, then I would have... Actually, what would I have done? No, then I take with the pawn. Yeah. Okay, I am white. So I could take his queen. And what the type of puzzle is this? I don't see the counterplay. How old am I? You can guess how old I am. It's not a fun game for me. Yeah, I don't see why we wouldn't take. I don't see the downside. So that's a pretty dumb puzzle. But how do we defend? Like, where do we move the king? I have, what, 4 options? Interesting. So f3 is my instinct. And probably it's the best because then I can recapture. And I don't see other moves that black can play here that bother me. Then again, you could say the same thing with king f5. 25? Okay, we'll pretend I'm 25. Oh, did my webcam zoom out again? Why did it do that? I didn't restart. Why did my webcam... Oh, that's frustrating. My webcam did not keep its settings. I'll fix that after I do the puzzles here. It's zoomed out and off-centered. Oh, I hate playing with that. Anyways, G6 here is probably the issue. So, yeah, we just go to F3. Don't like that puzzle. And what the hell? How am I? What? It has to be bishop e5. Only thing that... Oh, no, because then we're getting checked. Okay, so how the hell does black have anything here? You got to be joking. What? Huh? Oh, it's this check. Wow. Okay. It's the only... Yeah, wow. That was bizarre. Okay, so here we have this check. And then where is the win? Check here. Well, we have to play this. It's the only... You don't even have to calculate. It's the only thing that gives us any chance. Okay, so here we have a check. He has to move the king. Oh, yeah, he has to move the king to f1. And then I think this should be good. This should be good. Queen against 2 rooks, but there's lots of pawns on the board. We are white. We have a breakthrough here, so that should be good enough. Yeah. Although I guess he could just take it. No, but then yeah, he's not catching me, right? So, and if he brings in the king, my pawn stops him from getting in the square. So, and his knight's on the other side of the universe. Okay. So I have a check. Actually, I have a check here too. But let's look at this check, because then we have a discovery on the queen. And he has to, yeah, then he has to take here. Very nice. That's a nice little puzzle there. This should win material. Because if he wants to defend the bishop, he has to play bishops or queen c4. And then I just trade twice here, and then the rook is hanging. So a little bit quick on my calculation there. Hopefully it works. Yeah, I think I go rook takes now. I'm doing pretty well though. Okay, so here g4 should be winning. His pawns are quick, but not quick enough. Okay, so this check, if he takes with the knight, I take his rook. And if he takes the knight, oh yeah, then I take his knight. Like this. We come back with the rook here. Okay, doing well. 13 minutes in, not too bad, and that's with me talking. Okay, so if I take his rook check, he can capture, and that's not fun. I think I take with the rook, and then I can promote. Rook takes f8. Okay, just a mate in 2. Oh no, I'm in check. So I think we don't take the bishop. We just go to h1. And then how does he stop me from taking on h7? He has rook, or he has queen h5. It's queen h5 there. But then after queen h5, I might have rook takes f2. Plus, I'm already up a bishop to begin with. I mean, this almost looks good too, but I'm sure there's a reason why I can't play it. I don't know what it is though, but there must be some reason. Check, and I come back down, and see, that looks good too, to be honest. King h2, but I think it's king h1. But why would king h2? Hello, Silver Sun. Why would king h2 not work? I'm sure just my instincts say king h1, but why would this not work? There must be a reason. So now the queen is on e5. What benefit is that? Maybe because now, even if I take on h7 after king, oh no, it's still going to be mate there, right? So I don't know. That seems to also work, but it shouldn't. It shouldn't work. You know what it might be? It could possibly be a crazy bishop g3 when I have to take it, and then my king is out. And then is this like, that's getting nasty all of a sudden. Check, and I have to run up the board, and this is mate, almost, not quite. And then, but the checking might have perpetual there. It's just too dangerous. Yeah, so I'm going to go king h1. Yeah, okay. Whew. Whew, that was tricky. Okay, I think I can take, and then bishop c4. So take, oh no, sorry, not bishop c4. No, queen e4. Queen e4, g6, I take the knight. Yeah, it's a double attack. Yeah, so we just take the knight here. Although now you can take on f2. How much do I care? I don't really care. Right? He can have f2. He can have f2. Okay, last one. I did well though. Let's not get it wrong in the last one. Ooh. Looks tricky though. So my instinct is to go to b3, just hitting his rook. But maybe no buts, right? I mean, that's a decent first move to look at. If rook a2, then I can give a check. This is fizzling out quickly. I don't know what other first move there would be though. This one is tricky. Yeah, so knight b3, rook somewhere. Rook somewhere. Right, and then I give a check if bishop c3, then I win a bishop. So I am threatening. Oh my god, this is an invisible fork. Oh yeah, you know, if I ever write another book, I'm doing a whole chapter on this, invisible forks. It's knight b3. This is actually a fork. I call it invisible fork because we're forking these two squares, which is another fork, and gives us the bishop. So this is probably one of the only things I've coined. But yeah, knight b3, an invisible fork, and I don't think he can defend it. Maybe there's rook d1. But I'm assuming if rook d1, this check is going to do something nice for us. He has to then, oh, he could block with this. Ooh, it does get tricky, but it's got to be that invisible fork. So bing, so rook d1. No, the fork still exists. My bishop defends it. Yeah, it's this invisible fork. Yeah. And then I think I still give the check, and then my knight will have a lifeline on my rook. Yeah, I love these invisible forks. So my favorite tactical motif is a double check. And then the cutest one, I think, is a king fork. And then invisible forks, I think, are probably the most devious. Anyways, let's take a look at this check, which leads to nothing. But invisible forks, like, they're so easy to miss, both attacking and defending. Okay, I'd like to take this queen at some point, but there's problems. Would this ever make any sense? Maybe I just take it with the bishop then, and just take the rook. Then I'll be up the exchange, but I don't know if that's enough. Oh, wait, this is 36. I already hit 36. Okay, so I can get this one wrong because I hit my quota. I didn't even notice that. Yeah, I don't know if I would just play this. That might be good enough, honestly. But since I've already hit my quota, I'll just do a quick guess on it. Yeah, it is just that. Okay, I'll end it there. I'll get one wrong on purpose. Okay, not bad. That was a good time. It wasn't a good time. It wasn't a good time. It was a good time. You know what I mean. Pretty angry. I brought a repairman to fix my fridge. That's not a euphemism. Today, and it was $170. He's supposed to fix my water dispenser, and well, he didn't. He thinks it's a frozen water line, but I've unplugged the fridge now for like 7 hours and it's still not working. And I've been having to drink this water that I keep putting in the fridge like a caveman, and it doesn't taste good. Okay, first world problems. I'm going to play a game now on Lee Chess. Okay, 22-28. Opponent from Azerbaijan. This is the whatchamacallit. You know, what's it called? Grob. And it's bad, but it's actually very tricky. So you have to respect it. And I never face it. I face it maybe like once a year. So I have to remember. And it's worth spending time. I think I'd taken G4. Yeah. And then there's trickiness like C3. And then Queen B3. This is one of the or C4 might work as well. And then I really have to remember it's a very, very tricky opening. But it's bad. It's bad for white if you don't if black plays properly. And I remember there's a weird funky way to play. I think you don't want to play C6 for weird reasons. Or I forget if you do. I really just forget. is it? Yeah, I kind of. This is the most natural. I understand. I understand this, but I thought there's. I mean, there's knight f6 as well, which I just remember. Like, there's trickery. There's certainly trickery. Although I don't know about c4. I thought it was c3, but maybe it is c4. Do I dare play c6? No, I think there's problems, right? Because my bishop is on g4. So if I go c6 and white takes here, I can't take here because of this check, and I'm losing my bishop. Oh no, I can always just bring it back, can't I? But then there's other tricks. There's lots of tricks. That's why I think I want to go with the e pawn. Then after takes check. Oh, that's still a problem though. Knight f6. Knight f6. We're not really doing any better there. Okay, oh. This is a good lesson. This is I'm very happy to face this now and not in a tournament. Because you face this like once a year. It's always tricky. And I am going to play c6, but this is, I don't know, this might be what white is wanting. I'm pretty sure that c6 is what white is wanting. So why did I play it? Well, I can't see how white refutes it. See you later, alligator. You have to, when somebody says that, you have to say, in a while. Oh, this water tastes so off. And I'm not one of those water. Did I say wine? I'm not one of those water snobs. Yes, in a wild crocodile. Good job. Okay, you can go now. I'm not one of those water snobs, but the tap water does taste off. So it's really weird that my opponent is thinking here, because in the Grob, white has like one trick. It's just the opening. There's a little opening traps. And yeah, so I don't know what he was thinking about there. Okay, so I can take, but it gets awkward. See, takes, and then bishop takes d5. So maybe I don't recapture. Is that the trick? I think c6 was wrong. I told you before that I thought it was wrong. Yeah, I think maybe I don't recapture. I think I don't recapture. Maybe I play knight f6 here. Because if I recapture, there's queen a4, and then after bishop d7, there is bishop takes d5. Yeah, so I think I'm going to go knight f6, and then if queen a4, I don't know, I do something. So let's go knight f6, and he burned all my time. So this is why I said right off the bat, the Grob is always, it's very tricky, or it can be tricky if you don't remember the theory. It's tricky, but it is objectively terrible for white. But you need to remember the theory, and I didn't. Okay. So still equal material, I should add. Yeah, I still don't want it, so I could play g6 or e6 here. Tempted to play e6. My bishop can't come back. Yeah, I don't know. G6 might have been better, but because what did I gain out of E6? Nothing. Okay, let's. Oh, I see. If I go here, then he takes. But I have to. Otherwise, he's going to play E4. So we'll stay here. And he's going to take, and I'll recapture, and it's going to be awkward, but at least I'll be making progress to castle. Same can't be said for white. Okay, I can just go queen c7. Whoops, no. Queen d7, which is very gross. It's very gross, but it has to be played. What can I say? He wants this pin, or no, he wants to go here. They both look good. Let's go here. Because I don't really want him on the dark squares here. And we should just castle. So we've castled, but we are in the line of fire still. So the king is still not fully safe. I could take with the pawn, which is interesting. If I take with the rook, he's got this tempo move. So you know what? Let's keep it interesting. Now, there's no pawns on the G file. No, I can't believe... yeah, seriously, the Grob has to be treated with respect, as terrible of an opening as it is. And I'm glad I did treat it with respect. Okay, I think knight a6, try to get it active. I need to play a little bit quicker here. I have to keep an eye on this bishop as well. Okay, so my knight can still get active, and I think I'm going to do that. Because I can eye the d5 square. Bishop g6 looks pretty strong as well. Just stopping the king from escaping. But yeah, first thing is first. And that's to try to repair my pawn structure and improve my knight. Knight was pretty good here, but eventually it would get kicked out. Although that would have been weakening for him. So anyways. Time to push. This reminds me of an opening I looked at a couple days ago. I can't remember what opening it was, but okay, so what's his threat? He wants here. Okay, well, let's just keep pushing. Keep pushing. I only have 3.5 minutes. Yeah, we shall take. So I don't have the bishop pair anymore, but that's okay. I can attack this pawn and get off the line being lined up with his rook. King b1 still drops the pawn, so he needs to defend the pawn. And then I have knight b4 or bishop g6. I told you this bishop would be good here. So yeah, so queen c2, I have bishop b6 with tempo. And then he's not defending this pawn anymore. Yeah, so we shall do that. And this pawn will have to go. Oh. Okay. So I've got 2 squares. Let's go here. because he has to defend a2. So how did he do that? So he has to go here. So queen b1. But then I still take the pawn. He's in trouble. Ooh, what a nicely played game. Okay. So yeah, so I've got the check and I've got the pawn check. I kind of want to take on a2 first. Does this do anything? Can I take here and then forks or anything? No. I want that pawn. I want this one. And then I'll come back to b4, I think. Yeah, let's come back. Taking on c5 was interesting, but let's just be conservative and then run the a pawn. Or should I'll take the c pawn if he gives it to me. Okay, that's awkward. Oh, that's very awkward. Okay, we're gonna push. I don't know, he might attack my knight and then he takes this. Everything's falling. But he has to go. Yeah, he's got to take care of that first, right? Okay, so let's take this. 2 minutes, and we have to recapture. Pre-move here. Well, we can't allow that, can we? Can we? Now he's doubling up. Oh shit. Am I screwed? It's game over, right? How do I stop this? Rook a7. But then he takes here. It's not good. Ugh. I guess I could just challenge him. That's what we have to do. We have to go to the D file. Ugh. Okay, we gotta go here. Okay, and check. Check. That's game. I think that wins. What a game. Nicely played by me. Nicely played by me. And my opponent. Okay, not over yet. Not over yet. Okay, I can take this one. So many queens on the board. Okay, does he have anything there? Scary. But this should be good. Defend my knight. Undefend his rook. 1:38. I absolutely do not blame him for not resigning, because he can still be tricky. This is still crazy position. So he has to deal with this, right? Because he's got 2 threats to deal with. So okay, this is simplest. Oh, he can actually, okay, well, I'm going to do it anyways. Just get his queen off the board, because it's a threat. It's the only threat he has. And this is where he resigns. Or, no? Wow, okay. Well, now it's just, okay. He should have resigned 1 move earlier, because now it's just a sad game. Oh, I like how he played. Except like the opening was, I should remember how to play against the Grob, but that was a crazy position, so I'm happy I survived. Ooh, against the 2200 from Azerbaijan. We will take those. Thank you, Matt Yester. Yeah, so I'm going to look this up in my opening software, because because you need to know this. Like one of my worst fears is like facing this type of thing in a tournament where you know it's trash. You know this is like -1.5 or something, and to forget your theory and against such a terrible opening, that in like a serious game, that's a great fear. But you just have to. So first of all, like I thought it was C3 or not even C3 right away. Like I thought it was something else here for the main line grob. Like maybe even D4 and then C3. But for some reason I thought it was C3, but it's possible it's C4. And then yeah, I just can't remember. Just can't remember. I know that there was threats. Yeah. Anyways, I played C6, and then I didn't recapture because this was giving white too much to what he wants. And so I gave back the pawn with my compensation being that white has no G pawn and no C pawn. So white is not going to have great king safety. And yeah, yes, this is ugly, but my king should still be safer than white's long term. And this was an ugly move too, but I had to play it. And yeah, so I embraced the ugly this game. I embraced the ugly. We do have the bishop pair, and he does castle. So now you could argue that my king is less safe than white's, but I'm black and I have the bishop pair, and the open lines facilitate my bishop pair. So bring the knight out, get it active, start attacking his king, give up the bishop pair because that knight is too good. Attack his weakness, and then I think black is just much better here. Yeah, the open. So yeah, again, the open lines, the weak king, and this is just winning. Should be winning, but then it got tricky again. So I was a bit low in time. So I could have taken the pawn, but I wanted to keep his king forever unsafe, because this, see, would have fizzled out immediately. See, that fizzles out. So I think I made the right decision. And things got almost a little bit scary here, but then he blundered here, allowing A2. So had he not allowed A2, for example, let's say he played B3, check. Yeah, he probably would have been okay there. I think he would have been okay. So it was really this last blunder he made, because that's they're just losing here. Okay, let's look at that with the engine, and I'll open up CPT. No, first I'm going to fix the webcam. Why did it do that? Why did it change? Is it because my computer went to sleep? That might have been why. Okay, let's fix the white balance first. Okay, and then we go to whoop. And then we have to go whoop. There we go. Except the color isn't quite where I want it. There we go. And then what we're going to do, I was going to show CPT, which is right here. And then I'll load up the grob here. Yeah, it's -1.5, as I said. Okay, so yeah, so it is C4. Okay, so C4 is the best move. And then I have C, so it is C6. Okay. But then it's Queen B3. Oh, so he took, what does the computer say about that? They're both about the same. So, okay. So he took, wait, is that what he did? Yeah, he took and then I played knight f6, which was okay, but I guess taking with a pawn is even better. Oh yeah, so the way I played it is maybe the safer way to do it, but if you want more eval, you take the pawn. And then Queen B3, then knight f6. And yeah, oh, I remember this now. Yeah, so this is objectively the best way to play it as black, but it gets pretty chaotic. But I think the Queen B3 line here might even be trickier. And then you can see my notes on the bottom left. Thematic in this grab line is that B7 is often poisoned. I believe black gets a lot of development. And remember, black is already up a pawn here. Yeah. Okay. So just running that with 17 here. Okay, so I survived. And then going back to the engine here. But then I screwed up. See how easy it is to screw up here? Well, first of all, I didn't take the pawn, but that was okay. But here I should have taken it, apparently. And his response was not optimal. I guess he wasn't used to people not taking twice. But apparently I can just take the pawn here, but I was scared. I chickened out. This scared me, but apparently I'm fine here. But come on, this is scary. Don't tell me this is not scary. Oh wait, sorry, you can't do it. I'm sorry. I'm hitting that. Yeah. But I guess I could have taken it. And then later I was fine, and then here I was low on the clock, so it doesn't really bother me too much. But A4 is apparently a blunder. I needed to play E5. Or Queen F7. I'm not quite sure why. What's the point? Oh, it wants Queen H2? So what if he just plays something like this? Then we have a hook pawn. I don't know. It doesn't bother me too much. And here, oh, I guess I could have played A2 earlier. Yeah, I could have played A2 earlier. Yeah. Okay, so I could have done it earlier, and then here, I think, yeah, I missed it twice. I missed A2 twice, and then finally I played it. Okay. Okay. Whoa. Okay, who's still here? Is it just Mr. Yester? Or is it? I think it's just Mr. Yester. I'm wondering what I should do. It's late. If I should play another rapid game on Lee Chess or try something else. I'm not doing any more puzzles tonight. But I'm wondering if I want to play a rapid game on chess.com. It's bright here. I don't know. Maybe I'll just play another one on lead chess. Why not? Here we go again. $21.60. Opponent. Oh, lead chess is going to start in 1 minute. I should have waited. Oh well. We have a Sicilian on board. Najdorf. English line. Main line. Main line. Main line. Main line. Okay, that's the second main line. And we still play the same against it, I believe. But there's some slight nuances with King B1. A3? That's like maybe a computer line. A3, hey? Interesting. Thinking Queen C7. Queen C7. Oh, just yeah. If Knight D5, Knight D5 takes, and then he has Knight A5. Okay, but Queen C7 should be okay. G4 possibly. Maybe Knight B6, but then there's this Knight A5. No. Yeah, so G4, Knight B6 he might take there. Oh, excuse me. G4. Yeah, so Knight B6 possibly, or maybe Rook FC8. Because then I'm threatening D5. And if takes, then I have Queen takes F2. Although he's not too bad there. Yeah, I don't know. Rook FC8 looks good, and so does Knight B6. Is there a world where I could play D5 here? D5, ED, Knight takes. No, yeah, I think Rook FC8. See, because like in those positions, Rook FC8, then I can go Bishop takes, and then after Queen takes, I have Queen takes F2, King H2. But yeah, I'm not sure about that. I don't know. Maybe White's totally fine there. There's the good old Knight B6. Hard to go wrong with that. There's also Bishop C4. I don't like that as much. I don't know. I'm still thinking either Rook FC8 or Knight B6. I don't want Knight C5 because computer usually doesn't like that with the dark squared bishop hemmed in. Manso, I am not voting for anybody because I'm not American. This water is so bad. Oh, man. Why is the water so bad? Oh, you know what? This could be my move the whole time. I'm going to refresh because Lee Chess was restarting. Hopefully it didn't do that thing. No, my opponent's still here thinking. Thoughts on who wins? Who knows? I don't know. I don't really want to talk politics, especially American politics. Flavor packet, yeah, but those artificial sweeteners aren't so healthy. So in the US, voting starts tomorrow, right? And then how long do you have? Is it like a week of voting? Or like 5 days of voting? No, but the thing is, my water dispenser is broken in my fridge that has a filter. So I've been drinking tap water for a month, and well, it tastes bad. Now, what I could do is buy a water filter, like a jug to put in the fridge, because those taste great. But having a fridge that has a water dispenser in it not working is driving me crazy. Oh, it's just 1 day. So it's only 1 day of voting in the US? Is it just 1 day, really? You don't have early voting? Okay, my opponent's still not moving. I think this is Lee Chess being glitchy. I'm gonna refresh the page again. He's still not going. Wow, it's only 1 day of voting in the US. I didn't know that. So tomorrow's a big day. Holy smokes. And then they start counting in the evening, I think, right? Sorry, guys, we have to wait here for my opponent's time to run. And I still suspect that this is something to do with Lee Chess, not my opponent. And it's possible my time is running. I've had this issue so many times in the past with Lee Chess where it looks like my opponent's clock is running, but it's actually been mine the whole time. It's like a stupid horror movie twist. But that's why I refreshed. Excuse me. That's why I refreshed the page a few times just to make sure it wasn't my time running. But it appears to be his time running. So don't get glass coasters, okay? I have these because I don't like to throw stuff away or get rid of stuff. I had these since I originally moved out on my own, like I don't know, 20 years ago. And I don't know. I don't even know where I got them from. Where did I get this from? I must have bought it, which is weird. But anyways, these are terrible because whenever you put a glass or a mug on it, the condensation from the mug, which is the whole point of coasters to prevent or to protect the surface from, it sticks to the mug, and then so it'll like cling, and then it'll drop and make a loud bang. So do not buy glass coasters. Oh, he moved. He moved. She bang. Okay, so he does play this after all. And now I just want to play careful because there's no, because he's got this big time deficit. So haven't decided if I want knight b6 or rook f8, but knight b6, this could be annoying. I'm going to go knight b6. Except I still have to, okay, we're going knight b6. And then I was going to go knight h5, I think. And in the past, I used to be scared of it getting attacked, but I think that usually doesn't really come to fruition. Yeah, because, you know, even if he plays f4, I think I can just take, right? Take. And I think that's supposed to be decent. So, and I can actually attack it or even play knight c4. Although knight c4 doesn't really deal with it. And okay. The problem with this too is then he has knight d5. So maybe I think I'm going to do it this way. Although after takes, he still has knight d5. But now my queen's protecting it. But then he wins a pawn, right? But then I'm hitting this one potentially. Okay, this is probably wrong. I might be playing a little bit too much on the clock now because I have this time advantage. This is probably not right. I fully admit to playing on the clock, using the clock is a big influential factor, which is not something you should be doing. So I don't know. Do I want to take that bishop? Not particularly, but I will. And then I think I'm going to play rook a8. And if he plays f4, then I'll take, or g6 maybe, just to annoy him. Oh, g6 is going to annoy the crap out of him. G6 is f5 though. Could maybe take it. I've got so many options. This is very dangerous, you know. I'm going to play it though because okay. Well, I can take on g5. If he takes the knight, I have this check. I guess he's still good there, right? Okay, so maybe g6 now. g6. Ugh, it's getting ugly though. It's getting dangerous. I have a fork, but it's a dangerous fork. I don't really need material here. Can we go for this? That is dangerous. So he moves the queen somewhere. And I take. Okay. This is a very risky endeavor. And we'll see. I don't know if I want that rook. Now, what I could do is trade here, but that's okay. Okay, I'm going to take it, but with great reservation, and maybe attack his bishop. would that ever be wise? Comes in here or something. Okay, let's go here. And maybe then rook e8 so that my bishop can come back into g7. Really? Oh, I just realized I can't even take that. So this was a complete waste of a move. Yeah, I think I'm going to lose now. That was a bit too much to give him. So rook f e8. If takes, he comes here. F5 maybe? So F5. I don't know about that. This was a waste of a move. My bishop is so bad. So is my queen. I don't know. Yeah, I blew this one. And I had 3 times as much time as he did. I had 3 times as much time as he did. Can I afford to take? Check. Okay, maybe these pawns will keep me alive. I might sack my rook here. The pawns might keep me alive for a while. I'm going to sack the rook. Oh. Oh shit. Let's go here. He's fast. This saves me. I have to go here. Wow. He killed me. He killed me. What can I do? Wow. So he did that with 2 minutes on his clock. Ooh. Rough to lose that one. Rough to lose that one. I don't know, man. He played almost everything in 1 second. I don't know. I have to say I'm a little suspicious. I'm a little suspicious. So for the first 12 moves, he plays everything quickly. It is just the opening. And then he thinks for like 8 minutes. And then he comes back and his average. Okay, here he did spend 10 seconds on knight d5, and then every move is an average of 1 second for the rest of the game. Except here he did spend 9 seconds, 4 seconds, and then 30 seconds, and then everything is 1 second again. But maybe he didn't play well. We'll see. I'm going to go straight to the engine on it. So where did that start? Move 13. Well, it said he didn't play well, so it looks like I just blundered near the end. Okay. So not a fun game to lose. Yeah, I wasn't sure here. Now, part of my mistake here was that it's really hard psychologically to not try to put some time pressure on your opponent when they're so low on the clock. And I tried to fight that urge, and for the most part, I did fight it, but I could have fought it more, because on moves like this one, I could have thought a little bit more with the knight c4. Yeah, this was dangerous. Yeah, because he can take the knight, and then I don't have an attack here anymore. Well, I kind of do, but I can't really break these pawns apart. So I should have played knight c4. And then we take with the b pawn apparently, but it's still tricky. Oh, he can't do that because he's got 2 pieces on attack. Yeah, it's still tricky, even though computer says black is better. And then I'm just winning here. And then where did I screw up? This was all fine. Yeah, it was dumb, because as soon as I played it, queen c4, I thought I was attacking his bishop. That's why I played it. Plus, I couldn't find another move. But I guess it was also bad specifically because of bishop c3. I don't know why that's the only decent move for white. Apparently we have f3 here. It's the only move. Or no, it's not the only move, but it's the only good move. I was looking at f3 later. But what's the point? I know that he doesn't want to take it because I'll take the g pawn, but... Oh, I see. Oh, what a stupid... It's deflection of the queen from f2. And if he stays on this file, then I'm going to take the g. I'm going to take the g pawn. So yeah, I had to play f3 there. Although queen c7 was also good, but it was so hard to play just because c4 was bad, so it just wants to undo my move. And then it suggests taking, which I considered, but that just looked too scary. That looked too scary. Yeah, so it's kind of hard to find a move here, and I spent 2 minutes looking for one, but this was not it. I needed to think longer. Yeah, it's just psychologically it's hard to do that when you know you have the time edge. So that's what cost me the game, was f5. Well, this was no good either, but I was still equal here. Or sorry, yes, here. So there was still f3. Although here, why is this good now? And then queen c4 because we're hitting this pawn. That's stupid. Also, there was b4 only to give us another chance to play f3. That's pretty wild. And then f6 or queen c4 again. So, okay. Pretty wild. I think I'm going to end it there, guys. Not a great ending. That was a silly game to lose. But my opponent, he played well when he needed to. I mean, he didn't play that well. It was really just me blundering. It's just it's kind of just an annoying game because I had to find... That's not true. I didn't have to find f3, but the moves that black needs to play here are not easy to play. There's queen c7, which is just a very hard move to play. f3, not an easy move to play. And then g takes h5, it's a suicidal move to play. That's a very scary move. Yeah. So I'm going to leave it there. So 1 win, 1 loss, and a puzzle streak of 36 as a warm-up. Sorry for not streaming earlier. I was just preoccupied with other things today. Hope to be back tomorrow. And yeah, I'll leave it there. Thanks for watching.